FPL Josh, and welcome to the Game Week 13 injury talk stream. We're just literally going to be talking surgery, injuries, and everything across the lot. Variations, what I think the injuries are looking like, how I think the injuries are going, and pretty much all of the above. Generally just see how things are. I believe the audio is fine. I believe the audio is fine. There shouldn't be a problem with the audio. If there is, Fabio, do let me know. If there's a problem with the audio, there should not be a problem with the audio. But yeah, we're just going to do general talks, see what everyone's feeling for the transfers this week, and pretty much go over exactly what we've done. But yeah, the audio should be fine. I've had to do some tampering, so it should be fine. But yeah, hello Fabio. The audio should be fine. Yeah, it's fine. It might be a bit buzzy because I plugged my camera out before when I was doing some COD earlier. I've had to plug it back in and set it back up, so there might be a little bit of faultiness with the audio, but that'll just be until that corrects itself, so it's no biggie. But yeah, how's your day been, Fabio? You had a good day? To be honest, when I was doing that stream earlier, I completely forgot that you were in a different time zone to me. So yeah. Yeah, I know. I've looked at it, Josh. Mode is fine. I'm just going to pour a drink and then we will talk about what we're looking at with Son. I've got rid of Son. My moves this week have been Maddison to Eze, Van Dijk to Maguire, and Son to Salah for a -8. The Maddison to Eze is a free transfer, and then obviously Van Dijk and Son on a -8 to Salah and Maguire. Van Dijk won't get a clean sheet. Maguire, for me, even as just a Man United fan with a little bias, he'll get a clean sheet versus Everton. I backed Salah to get a couple goals in the City game. I think I backed Salah to get a goal and assist. And I think Son's going to blank this week again without Maddison. For me, I think it's going to be a 2-0 Villa. I don't think Spurs are going to score a goal, personally. I just don't think the Spurs attack is very good right now without Maddison. There's none of that progressive through balls down the middle. Son's playing deeper as well. Son's not playing as attacking. Yes, he's still playing up front, but he's sitting deeper in the midfield as well, if that makes sense. So he's sitting back. So I'm not keen on owning Son. There's no harm in keeping him for this week. Don't get me wrong, he could return versus Villa and have a good game out of nowhere. It could happen, but I don't really think, for me, I personally have got rid of him and I wouldn't be keeping him. Whether it was for Salah, whether it was for anyone else, the plan was not to keep him this week. The minute Maddison was out, the goal threat had just dropped completely last week, and the numbers aren't there statistically to say he's going to return this week. But again, what do I know? It's football. Spurs could go and end up beating Villa 3-0. I'm just predicting 2-0 Villa. It's football, you'll get these mad scores. With the City game, I've got it as 2-2. It'll be a tight game. It won't be a simple City's going to win 3-2, Liverpool's going to win 3-2, 4-2, whatever. It'll be a tight-knit game. It'll be high scoring. It's got 2-2 written all over it for me. But yeah, if you get rid of Son, I like Eze. I like Eze a lot, Fabio, this week. And long-term wise, Eze is a really good pick. Luton, West Ham, Bournemouth, love them. Liverpool love it. And I think you've got Matoma as well, if I'm right, Fabio. If you have got Matoma, I'd probably do Son to Eze and Matoma to Mbumo this week. Mbumo's definitely one I'd be bringing back in. Especially with him again being on penalties. The fixtures are taking a really good turn after Arsenal. And Arsenal's still a good fixture for Brentford. For me, he's going to get a return in that game at home. And then he has Luton at home the following week. So So he's got 2 home fixtures in the next 2. And then he's got some really decent fixtures after that as well. I do like Eze's fixtures with Luton, West Ham and Palace. The next Luton, West Ham and Bournemouth the next 3. God, why did I say Palace? He plays for Palace. Ugh. But yeah, no, that's probably where I'm looking at right now. We had some more injury news to a degree. There's nothing concrete really on Bowen yet, but he's got a lot of fluid build up in his knee. So for me, I don't think he's going to start this week. But again, it's still a bit of a, this or that. But personally, Fabio, if you've got a free transfer, I'd move Son to Eze. I personally would move Son to Eze. Eze's on penalties. He has Luton. He had an expected goal involvement of a 0.92 last game. He was on form. Yeah, he had a penalty, but Luton, for me, Palace are going to win that game 2-3-0. Johnson's useless. Johnson's a piece of piss. I'm probably going to get demonetised for saying that, but yeah, he's a piece of piss. I don't really care. I shouldn't do. They're not too strict on small channels. I've got it set up to be fair for not kids, so fucking we should be alright. Oh, you already used it on a stupid anti-gay. In that case, yeah, just keep Son. If it's not a free transfer and it's not doing it to Salah because you've already got Salah, then yeah, I wouldn't do it. I still don't expect him to return. I expect him to blank, but it's not something I could do. But yeah, Brennan Johnson's horrific. Really don't like Brennan Johnson. Have we got Slay here today? Or have we got no Slay today? Just you in here, Fabio. I believe so. Villa for me won't play a high line this week. They won't play a high line. They'll play a front 2 in Diaby and Watkins. They'll play the normal 4 at the back, 1 midfield. They'll sit deeper and they'll play balls over the top against Spurs. Every single game Spurs played since without Maddison, literally been conceding the most ridiculous balls over the top. And for me, that Spurs defence without Romero, Udogi's still a doubt. It's not good. The midfield's not great without Maddison. Son's having to sit deeper and play because there's no Maddison there. Richarlison, I believe, is still out as well. Kulusevski's not making really many good balls like he was last season. Johnson's, he's okay, he's mediocre at best. He's, for me, not really that Premier League material. He's okay. He'll get you now and again poacher goals and a couple of assists now and again, but he's not Maddison level. He's nowhere near even Richarlison level, and I don't like Richarlison. So for me, Brennan Johnson's not very good at all. So I wouldn't even think Johnson even had a chance of exploiting Villa if you ask me. I think Villa's going to play a really good game, and Villa's going to, I think, win that comfortably. I really do. I think it'll be a cash clean sheet, a Diaby assist and a Watkins goal. And I'm not just saying that in an FPL term. That generally, from what I've looked at the data, how the games are going recently, Diaby's always getting in these positions. Watkins is obviously Watkins, so I'd back a goal and assist. And obviously I'm backing 2-0 Villa, so I expect the clean sheet for cash as well. Obviously I expect Palace to keep a clean sheet versus Luton as well, so I expect Johnston to get a clean sheet. I'm not expecting a clean sheet for Shah at all. I might even play Simicast just because Simicast has a little bit of assist threat. Because Shah's going to concede 2 goals to Chelsea, Simicast is going to concede 2 goals to City minimum. So I might as well play one that might get a little bit of attacking threat in Simicast. I just can't see Newcastle keeping a clean sheet versus Chelsea. I just really can't see it. They was expecting to see 3 goals in that game. I just can't see it. The numbers they're putting up, and even in a 4-0 win, I was expecting to concede this. Expecting to concede this, and obviously concede 2. I just think the numbers they're putting up. Hold on, lads. We are going to be back in a moment or two. Be right back. Sorry about that, lads. I've just had to let the brother in because he's been out, so I had to let him in, yes. Right, Chelsea 2-0. Yeah, I think it will be a Chelsea 2-0 comfortably. Maybe even 3-0. Cole Palmer will end up scoring again just to piss me off. Most likely. Haaland's obviously going for his 50th goal this week. Palmer could set the penalty record as well. Well, edge closer to a Premier League penalty record if he gets one on Saturday. But yeah, Haaland's aiming for his 50th Prem goal, so I'd back him to get a goal this week. I've got a really good feeling though that Eze's going to score 2 goals. And my gut's kind of like inclining to captain him. Because it would just be a Haaland thing to do to blank versus Liverpool. It would just be something Haaland would do with them 2-point blanks. And I wouldn't be too shocked, as he just does it. He has these games and then he has the occasional 1-pointers and 2-pointers. He's blanked 4 times this season, which is just crazy to even think that he's blanked 4 times. Blanked versus Newcastle, blanked versus Arsenal, Wolves and Bournemouth. Because he come off at half time. Obviously, 2 goals and assists last week versus Chelsea. Was good. First, hold on. There's something in the way of that on my screen on my monitor, so let me read it on my thing. My first team got Eze. I don't care if your first team's got Eze. He's not going to blank Fabio, I'm telling you now. He's going to get a goal minimum, and I think he'll get 2 goals. So I think Palace are going to win that comfortably 3-0. Luton's shit. They ain't going to do anything really in that Palace game. Yeah, I just think this week there's going to be a lot of really surprising scorelines. I do think Brentford Arsenal is going to be like 2-2. I'm not backing Arsenal to beat Brentford this week. I just don't see it. Arsenal just don't really look like winning a lot of games at the minute. And Brentford at home, Brentford do really well at home. So it's either going to be 2-2 what I've said, or it's going to be 2-1 Brentford. It's not going to go in the favour of Arsenal for me. I feel like Mbeumo's going to get a goal and Saka's going to get a goal in that game. And it's going to be a really tight 2-2 draw. And obviously, like I said, Shah's going to concede a few goals, so I probably am going to play Simicast. I'm not going to take another -4 to bring another defender in. I could do that with Palace, but then if they concede to Luton, the -4 is pointless and it's gone to crap, so I'm not going to do another one. Because for me, Man United, we're guaranteed a clean sheet for me. Crystal Palace should be guaranteed a clean sheet. And they're like the only 2 teams this week, really, I distinctively say, should get a guaranteed clean sheet. But other than that, there's not really any teams. The only reason I'm holding on to Shaw as well is mainly because of this Everton fixture in Game Week 15. That's the only reason I'm even holding on to him. Because they have Everton 15, They have Fulham, Luton, Nottingham Forest there, and obviously Spurs here. So Fulham, Luton, Forest are like. Forest are crap, so Newcastle will do well. Luton's, yeah, again, Newcastle should do well. Fulham should do well, and they'll have all their players hopefully back by then from injuries. So obviously he has gone down in price a bit, I think. Cash should probably be dropping in ownership a little bit. I don't think he's not dropped too much. And Maguire's probably gone up. Yeah, he has. How was the Liga actually? I've not checked actually. Haven't really looked at it too much. I know I'm not doing as great as I was, mainly because I took a few hits, so I'm not too worried about that. A lot of people in a lot of bad positions this week. See, Jason Bird for Bird, still got to get rid of Matoma because he's injured. Still got to move out Madison. Still got to, well, we ain't got to move out Botman because Botman's going to be back for me. Lascelles is a bit of a nerd. Keith Fowler's going to be iffy. Yeah, there's a lot of fires in that team to pull out. Obviously, your second team, Fabio, what as you call it, you might as well use it as your main team now because it's doing the best. But that's doing okay. Obviously, Stoop's injured. Still, Udogi is a doubt, and Jensen's still a bit of an iffy pick. What else we're looking at? Slay's obviously got Dawson. Dawson's obviously out until the 2nd of December for the suspension. Other than that, the team's fine. Why the frick he's got Braithwaite, I don't know. Alpo is doing fine. Obviously, he had Cunha, Simicast, Johnson, and Gusto on the bench this week for 22 points. Yeah, just okay. There's not too many injuries. Tanuki needs to sort his team out because Matoma's injured, Bowen's injured, Cash and Haaland are fine, Kabori and Gusto are injured on the bench, so it's basically main team, yeah. Obviously, I'm doing okay. I'm wrong. I'm doing well. I'm doing where I want to be. Considering I'm the only one who's took hits, I think I've took like 24's worth of hits this season, so I'll take where I am. Free hit was a bit near, but I always end up clipping everyone by the heels and winning anyway, so I'll be alright. I think last year was the first time I'd lost in ages. I come second to Slay. Slay beat by 1 point, and that was because I took a minus 12 on the last week, which backfired. But it's always worth having a bit of fun on the last weeks. Especially with last year, all the cancellations, it was the worst I've done for a long time. But I'm not worried about that, we'll take it 1 week at a time. Obviously I'm basically giving them 3 points of these minus 8s and whatnot, but it's not something I'm worried too much about right now. I know I've got the facilities to more than capably create leads. Yeah, my last week just backfired. I can't even remember what I did now. I think I did something stupid, like a minus 12 and bought 3 low-owned players in. And like 2 of them did well and 1 of them backfired, so I ended up taking like a few minuses points wise up to minus 12. It definitely didn't, like, I think it was like 2 points off profit. It definitely backfired one way or another. I can't remember what. Literally the only reason Slayer won is because of that stupid minus 12 I did. It was one of the worst decisions I've made all season. I didn't mind last season though. It was okay. We'll say that. It was just meh. But this season's going okay. I mean, obviously I was like 300k a couple of weeks ago, and then we had a bit of a bad spell with some hits and that, but we're doing okay. We're doing alright. I should still get top 100k if I play the cards right. Obviously that one -8 screwed me out with about 20 points. So I would be doing a lot better than I am right now. Plus the -8, so I probably would have been like 750 mark roughly. 745, something like that. But it does happen. Hits don't always pay off. Statistically, my hits should have paid off. Because no one was expecting Newcastle to keep a clean sheet versus Arsenal and Liverpool to concede to Luton. Let's be fair. I wasn't expecting Saka to blank versus Newcastle and Diaz to score and actually come on even though his parents were kidnapped for that game thing. So statistically speaking, my -8 was justifiable. It just was one of them things that didn't work out. It should have though. It should have. But this one wise, this one will. This is salary for Son, Maddison to Eze, Maguire in for Van Dijk. That -8 is going to pay off for me. I'm not too worried about that. By the way, how's everyone's captaincy this week? 'Cause I'm still debating mine. It was last week. I think we've covered everything there, lads. Yep. Well, I hope we covered that for you, Fabian. I hope we sorted your transfers out. You're for Salah. I'm captain Haaland. Might be Eze. I think I might lean to Eze. I will see though. Probably Haaland. Anything between him and Salah. Salah obviously gets the extra points for the goal, but Haaland gets the extra bonus point thing. So probably will be Haaland. Yeah. I think we've talked. Do you need anything else to talk about, Fabio? Is there any other transfers you want to make? I think we'll call it a stream there, if no one else is coming in. And then obviously we're going to do one tomorrow as well for a catch up. So I'm not going to be streaming this Saturday. So yeah, but other than that, I hope you have a good rest of your evening, Fabio. Yeah, alright. Have a good evening then, and I will see you lot tomorrow. I'll post in the Discord again when I'm about to go live tomorrow.